Hi, my name is Charissa, and I'm here with Center Stage Magazine, guest hosting this wonderful interview with Mr. Curt Chambers. Curt, how are you doing?
Hey, all is well. I'm great. And yourself?
I am doing fabulous. So you got a lot going on.
Moving around a little bit.
Yeah, moving around a little bit. You're in town from LA, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Okay, and you've lived there, I think you told me, about 5 years?
Yeah, been in LA for 5 years.
Okay, so I read a lot about what you're doing, and you've been working with a lot of people. You've been involved in a lot of things. One of my favorite things I read about you, though, is that you have been taking a lot of genres of music and just throwing them together. I do have to ask, because me, being an artist myself, one of the questions I was always asked was, can't you just stick to one thing? Why don't you just stick to one thing? So I want to ask you that. Why don't you just stick to one style of music?
Well, it is one style. It's all one thing. You know, when you're created to create art, you know, your being and everything that you vibrate with, it all vibrates in parallel, and it just becomes that one thing, which is pretty much that's what you do and it's what I do.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, and you create your own thing, your own style. That's good. And I also read that you play a number of instruments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I've been blessed to play, I grew up playing in church. I started in church probably a lot of us. And I started out singing first, and then I started playing guitar, and grew up playing, pedal steel guitar, and then went on to play keyboards, and I pretty much wanted to play anything that I can get my eyes on.
And your hands. Hey. So, okay, favorite instrument?
I would say that my favorite instrument is definitely guitar.
Okay, and not to be cheesy, but why?
Well, I used to play drums. I still play drums, but I like playing guitar because I can kind of move around on stage. Yeah, the drummer, you're just kind of locked into one place and you can't,
Yeah. I like that. See, I didn't pick up the guitar. I learned it a little bit, but okay. I like to be what I call hands-free because I move around a lot on stage, and I guess that makes sense with the guitar. But anyway, moving on. Okay, I hear you have a new country album coming out.
Yes. I'm working on an EP right now, recording it with some really, really talented friends, some players out of Nashville and then some players out of LA as well. And that's going to be released on the 5th of October.
Okay, and a little birdie told me that somebody very big in the industry is producing this. Would you like to tell us about that?
Yeah, the EP I'm releasing, and then the album we're going to release after that. And I can't say who's involved with the album, but if you guys are interested, definitely follow me on social network and just kind of stay on the whole Curt Chambers train. We're doing some really exciting, great things, and looking forward to hopefully blessing your ears with something really amazing that's possibly never been done before.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now I have to ask, when did you start playing music, and who was who introduced you to music?
I would have to say my fathers and my uncles. I grew up around some really talented musicians. They're like my extended family, and it's whole movement called Sacred Steel Movement. You guys probably heard of them. It's with the the Robert Randolphs and the Chuck Campbells and the Ronnie Mosey and all those guys playing pedal steels, in churches. That's kind of the environment that I've came from, and it's been really good for me. It kind of grounded me and rooted me in a heavy blues and country influenced environment as a child before I got involved in any jazz or any hip hop or anything crazy like that. Those were that was the music that was kind of embedded in probably my bloodstream ever since I was, I don't know, in my mother's belly.
I totally understand that. Now, okay, you've worked with some heavy hitters. I think on your bio there was Eminem, LL Cool J. You shared the stage with B.B. King, people like that. Yeah. Being an artist and being able to kind of relate to that, there's always got to be that one that stands out the most. Who would you say that is?
That I collaborated with or opened up with or just worked with? Man, I would have to say for me, my father, he was always into Sam Cooke and the blues and everything. Shouts out to my father. He's amazing. Hi, Dad. Hey, Dad. He plays steel as well, and he loves the blues and as well as gospel. I should have said that first. Hey. So when I got the call to open for B.B. King, for me, I've worked with so many artists before then, that I've been blessed to work with. But that was something that I felt like that I could share with my father, and I felt like he was so proud of me. So that would be the number one, the first person.
Mm-hmm.
The second person I would have to say, I'm a big motivator. I love to motivate people, and the second person would be LL Cool J, because he's so positive. He's very motivated, and he worked out. I like to work out.
Yeah, he's pretty.
So that was probably the second person, and then the I would say the last is probably one of my close friends and big brothers. His name is Dr. Dre, and he's like shouts out, brother. He's another one that I would say is amazing to work with.
Sure.
Those three.
Sure, that's quite.
Rest in peace, B.B. King too. By the way, yeah, rest in peace. Rest in peace.
I actually had the pleasure of. I didn't get to meet him, but I got to see him and met his entire band rolling through a hotel in Louisiana a few years back. Yes, nice, very, very nice guys. Yeah. I have more questions, but give me a second because I have to think about them. You can edit this out later. What was my other one? Thank you. Oh, my gosh. Biggest question of all. You have been...
I eat chicken.
You eat chicken? You heard it here first. You heard it here first, folks.
I had the hot chicken. I have the hot chicken every time I come.
Yeah, how you feeling today?
I love the hot chicken.
Can we get some ice cubes over here?
I did not get the super spicy.
No?
Yeah, I chickened out.
You did chicken out.
I did. No
pun intended. No
pun intended.
Okay, biggest question. You have co-written with so many people. You have been doing so much, being involved with big names and just really putting yourself out there. You just got another Grammy nomination, is that correct? This is your second one.
Second one.
How in the heck does that feel?
It feels good. I mean, I'm always in a rat race with myself, so I'm always chasing the next best thing that I can do to kind of keep, meet my goals that I set. But it feels good. It feels really good. Yeah.
Wow. I'm a little jealous. It's fine. I'll get there.
That just means
no, but
we
it's
have to do a collaboration. That's all that means.
Hey, you heard it here. Holding him to it. No, that's awesome. I think it's important as an artist, especially, one of the things you mentioned is that you like to be motivational. You like to be motivating to others. And I mean, one of the things being an artist is you should never stop learning your craft.
No doubt.
Yeah. So I think that's great. So last thing, you are Mr. Motivational, Mr. Motivation. What's one thing you want your fans to know?
Oh man, just to keep going and let the previous day, put it to bed, put it to rest, learn from it. But, wake up the next day and just go as hard as you can like it's your last day, whether it's music, whether it's any kind of art form, or whether you work at McDonald's, and inspire as many people as you can, because love is the number one most powerful force that, God gave us. And we should utilize whatever our gifts, are to get people to love and just have a good time while we're on this planet. And let's just be amazing, make great music, and see what happens if we all do that in another, 300 years.
It's very true. You never know who you're going to come across, or where, who God's going to place in your path. So I met Curt today. I'm Charissa Nicole with Center Stage Magazine. This is Curt Chambers. Check him out.
Thank you so much, Center Stage. See ya.